focused on storytelling, exploring new TTRPG systems and their supplements. This podcast is not sponsored by any of the systems or their owners and is meant to be a fun, interactive book club. Respective credits for songs, sound effects, and resources are listed within the description or details. And with that, please enjoy, adventurer.
Let's discover something new. I think that just off the coast to the north, they find a series of islands.
Ooh, okay.
Series of islands with creatures never seen before.
I could have sworn you said preachers for some reason.
I say verily unto you.
Oh no! Leave him there. Contempt, contempt.
Smokes go by. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior?
The egg? You heard about the
The
egg?
egg? We're just speaking.
The Church of the Egg. And praise the
Praise the holy yoke.
Turn in your hymn books, page
Yes.
237.
Humpty Dumpty sat on
The uncrackable, unwaverable.
I know this is a little bit outside of the purview. Can you give these islands a name?
I would say.
Because they discovered them, right? So
Mm-hmm. I would say they would call them the Hellpot Isles. Reason
Ooh.
being, the biggest one is basically a ring of land and then a hole that disappears almost into nothing with a bunch of flying creatures that cling to the walls.
Hellpot Isles. Okay.
Hellpot Isles.
Okay. Was that everything?
I believe so for my turn, yes.
Then I should draw now. Ace of Diamonds. A contingent within a community demands to be heard. Who are they and what are they asking for? Or a contingent within the community have acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged and why did they damage it? Is it permanent?
Mm.
Okay.
Did we Did we tick down the dice on
Yes,
the projects?
we did. Yes.
Okay.
Did we do it on
Water.
all of them?
Wait, did we do?
No,
Did
I
we?
don't think we did.
Oh, did we
So
not?
we did the
Okay.
mine one was first. That one
Oh, and then we
ticked.
didn't do the
So-
other two, did we?
Okay, sorry. So we're
Well, that was my fault. Sorry.
No,
So Chuka Crystal.
here we go. You know, going off of the water study, I like the idea of this charismatic young girl basically demanding that this is something promising. This crystal water is something very promising, and they are demanding that people are funding the project more, and they want more people to realize that like this is something that separates us from most communities. This would actually help us invigorate trade. This could potentially be something that we could use as a way to build up the city. So I'm gonna say, I mean, it says contingent, but at the same time, the way that we're kind of interpreting this young girl is that she seems like a kind of bit of an outside force. If I'm assuming that correctly, just based off of that. Yeah, I'm gonna say that she's asking for. We need more support to know about this crystalline water. We need to know what it does. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that as geez, this, and I'm gonna do a very rough crystal, like extraordinarily rough crystal.
Fresh would be beautiful.
Question marks. All right. So then all the projects tick down by 1 again, because so that goes down to studying crystal water goes down to 1. And then crystal buildings goes to 3. I'm really hoping these get built. I believe that we are going to discover something new. There were people that were concerned about the red spriggans. So they went further into the Red Glen and they found that there is a giant briar patch that leads, as they go through it, that leads underground, like a red briar patch.
Interesting.
So this is gonna look weird. Okay. And that is my coin.
I shall draw. Okay, looking at this. Summer is a time for production and tending to the earth. Start a project related to food production. Or, summer is a time for conquest and the gathering of might. Start a project related to military readiness and conquest.
Ooh.
I feel like this town filled with a lot of nobles aren't all about that. They're just like more worried about themselves more than anything.
Okay.
And so they're like, if we can't have corn, we need something else. So
Maize.
start a project related to food production. The project would be redoubling efforts on the current crops, on being able to make food or being able to harvest food without, relying on the abundance of corn that's now missing. They'll maybe try to search for, potatoes, tomatoes, just trying to make the crops their own instead of something that was possibly enhanced by the possible magic nature of the druidic red spriggans. An additional, how many weeks initially did it take to build the crops?
I believe it was 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Maybe
4
3.
weeks.
Okay.
4 weeks.
4 more weeks to make, replant, and start new crops. Trying to do new foods. So, new crops.
Okay. In the same area where the red corn was grown.
No, they're going to leave that withered and where it is, and they're going to kind of go away from it, kind of in this area.
Kind of northeastern area, kind of a little bit.
Because they kind of wanted to be a little bit further away from that forest. And they're trying. I have no food in specific nature, like specifically this or that. Just trying to redouble their efforts on making sure that there's more crops that they can use. And we'll go ahead and tick down the projects.
Okay. So crystal water is resolved. It looks like. So how does that work?
They have found out with this water that the crystalline dog, they had brought the dog back when they were studying everything, studying the water, studying the effects of it, and they found that they, much to their glee, that the dog was able to be freed by breaking the crystal with its own crystal, as in the material itself breaks the material. And the dog inside was unharmed and alive.
Okay. So it turned to crystal, and then through the study of the water, they realized that
This crystal can break itself.
so
Nothing else can break it but the crystal. The own material that it's made of is the only thing that can break it. And so the dog on the inside was freed from it looked like it was a crystalline dog, but the dog remained inside unharmed.
So did they pour water over the dog, or what did they do?
What had happened is that they needed to find something else to break it out of, and they only had one thing, and that was That was her arm. Her arm was the only other thing that had been turned to crystal because of the wound that she had taken.
So she
She wanted
had this
to,
crystal arm still?
yes,
Okay.
she had it with her. She had to cut it off as
Oh,
she
okay.
had the
Okay.
wound, and she cut it off. They
Okay.
took everything with her. They were trying everything that they could possibly think of. And then one other thing that the only she thought of was to take her arm and hit.
Just aggressively hit a dog, a crystalline dog with her.
They're trying everything, and then they
Science.
see a
Does
piece.
that so just to confirm then, so because of that, because what you're saying here is that she took her crystalline arm and bashed it up against the crystal dog and released the dog. Does the crystal around the arm also break, revealing that of a amputated arm?
Her arm's in there. It's not like the arm turned into anything else. Her just arm was preserved.
So basically, she took her crystalline arm, whacked it against the crystalline dog, and both turned back to normal.
Her arm was still an arm. It was still an amputated arm.
Right, that's what I'm
The,
asking. Is that
Right, but it was freed from the crystal
is it an
casing.
amputated arm now? Like it's now flesh and blood. It's an amputated arm that she just took,
as if it
slapped up against the dog, and now it's just a dog and an arm.
as if it
Right?
was encased. Yes.
Okay.
And they had found that it encases what it is. Ingesting it causes you to be encased in this crystal, and it had been many weeks since that dog had been in there
But they were still fine.
unharmed.
I shouldn't have been leading you with that. But yeah, okay. All right. Interesting. Okay.
Yep, the dog. They did find the dog was unharmed. Is it because that dog had been there?
For several weeks.
They'd been there for a very long time, well over a month.
So
I mean,
Should have.
hey, it got a snack on it when it got out, so
but the arm is still gooey. Yeah. The arm is still a
It's
gooey. Yeah.
they're not going to be able to reattach it or anything.
Right. Okay.
It is a amputated arm, but they found out something very interesting from it is that if you've been encased in this,
You smack a crystalline covered from the crystal water object against another object, and it'll shatter it and reanimate it. Basically. Okay.
like it resonates.
Mhm.
All right.
Mm.
with finding that out about the lake itself, that it somehow preserves almost. They would like to open a discussion, have a discussion rather.
Okay.
In the discussion around this, I'll make it a statement. This water from the glass lake could be what defines us as a community, and we need it.
We can see the value in something that allows people to be preserved indefinitely.
We should keep it close because it could be dangerous in the wrong hands.
And just, I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing everybody. We need this.
Mhm.
Tim, we see the value. Amanda, we should keep it close.
Because it could fall into
Should it fall into the wrong
the wrong
hands?
Right.
Lest it fall into the wrong hands.
Lest
Lest
if you really want to sound like you really know what you're talking about and shit's about to go down, you gotta do
Okay.
lest it fall
Lest-
into the wrong hands.
Lest it tarry and we don't get to use it.
All right. And I believe with that, that ends my turn.
Is it me? I can't remember.
I believe it's yes, Wolf. I believe it's you.
It's the me. All right. Six of diamonds. Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they a threat? How Ooh, it disappeared.
It's still there. Here you go.
Thank you. Sorry, it was the click to drag and draw and deal window didn't disappear, so I couldn't read the end. Okay. How are they vulnerable? Or outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they greeted? So it's outsiders arrive. Why are they a threat? How are they vulnerable? Or how many? How are they greeted? Okay. I would say these outsiders arrive on the docks. and they are asking about a fugitive who has gone missing. The town, having cared for this burned person, treats them with cold, not hostility, but they're not well received, these individuals. Lots of suspicion.
Okay. Why are they threat and how are they vulnerable?
Oh, why are they a threat? Are they vulnerable?
Was Arousers arrived in the area? Or no, sorry, Outsiders arrived. Which one was it? Which of the two were you doing? The first or the second?
I would say the second. So outsiders arrive in the area. How many? How are they
Three.
greeted?
Okay.
I would say it would be a boat of maybe 10 or so of individuals, but they are heavily armored. They seem well put together, but they are the general consensus is there's nefarious stuff going on. And they're asking about a fugitive that's gone missing.
Do these seem like guards that identify themselves as guards of the what's a? You know, do they give themselves a name, or are they just like, we are here looking for a fugitive?
I would say they probably identify themselves and where they're from. I would say they are from a nation they haven't had much dealings with across the water.
Okay. All right. Whoa.
Oh,
So from the northernmost continent across the water, then. All right.
Hmm. Yes, chasing
from
after this
across the pond.
frost
Oh,
pond, not the best. Um,
and heavily armored.
Heavily armored. Yeah, I'm imagining it's a lot of metal that is kind of not necessarily ornate, but is sturdy looking. Far as actions go, I'd like to start a project. There are there's growing concern about this briar patch that go.
Sorry, we need to tick down
I already
the
did.
crops. Oh, it did go
I
down.
saw the numbers
Yeah,
Okay,
I took them
sorry.
down.
Just
sorry to
double
call it
checking.
out. I would say there's growing concern about this briar patch where the the Spriggans came from. I would say a project is launched where they decide to use arrows dipped in this new crystalline water to subdue some of the Spriggans.
So they are they invading or what are they doing?
This is, yeah. What is this project?
I'd say the project is they plan to invade the Spriggans area
So
where that
they're prepping for an
So
invasion.
prepping for an invasion. Yeah,
So how
invasion
long
prep.
do you think that would take for prepping for an invasion?
I would think to armor some folks, get the rations. I would say it'd probably take probably 3 weeks to organize.
Okay, three invasion Briar.
I would like to put down a contempt token.
Okay, so put a little black star by Invasion Briar Pitch.
Green. Oh, that's a green star.
Well, okay.
Black star. Here we go.
All right.
That's an ugly looking star. I am so sorry. All right.
You're good. That concludes my turn.
All right. So my turn. Draw here. King of Diamonds. Summer is fleeting. Discard the top two cards off the top of the deck and take 2 actions this week.
Oh,
Okay. All right. I need to make sure I'm the top two cards off the top of the deck and take 2 actions this week. Fun. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that to my hand, but then that means that I'm gonna be pulling. I'm gonna basically really quick. I'm gonna pull these two myself and then put them in my hand. We would have gotten the four of diamonds. The eldest among you dies. What caused death? Or the eldest among you is very sick. Caring for them and searching for a cure requires help of the entire community. Do not reduce project dice this week. So that is just not going to happen. And the other one that would have never happened. Jack of diamonds. Predators and bad omens are afoot. You are Why is it? Come on, stop blocking that. You are careless and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who? Or predators and bad omens are afoot. What measures do you take to keep everyone safe and under surveillance? Do not reduce project dice this week. Okay,
I
so ultimate,
mean,
not
yeah,
terrible. Honestly, not terrible.
it's great that those. Phew.
Okay, so take take two actions this week, so I can do two things. Interesting. Okay.
Spoiler for choice.
Well, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the projects. So new crops is down to 2, invasion is down to 2, and crystal buildings from caves has been completed. And you know what? I'm going to
Mhm.
say it's it was completed. There are several major districts now. Like they're not large, but they're decent. That are these crystalline timber, like kind of rough concrete buildings that have been created in kind of in certain elaborate fashion. So I'm gonna quickly draw that here, roughly.
Contempt.
I know. I listen. I'm trying.
I'm only. Am I not even supposed to talk about the contempt?
I don't know what the contempt. I don't know what the dealio is because I have two contempts against me now.
Only because I feel like you know, here we go. I'll talk about it. If the charismatic young girl is just like, you're gonna use what we've harvested for an invasion. That's the angle I was going at. Like,
When we first learned that the crystals locked things, my immediate thought was it would be an elegant solution uh for capturing criminals or executing them until I found out that they would revive. So I thought, what what a powerful statement for some sort of, overlord or evil person just have a statue of dissidents out in their yard. Just I imagine like a whole ceremony just shing and then crystal, you know.
hmm
So I saw its martial properties more than its other applications first.
right.
Is because, I don't know how you use it for medicinal purposes if it crystallizes. Although it could use to store food, I suppose.
Yeah,
Just
the only thing that they found out was was basically one reaction is that if ingested, you you become crystallized. If absorbed through a wound or on open wound on skin, it will begin to crystallize. So if it goes in you in some way, you crystallize.
gotcha.
But it freezes. It somehow freezes. So yeah, dipping it. I don't know if I don't know how you would coat like a weapon and things like that. So
Well, it doesn't react with anything that's not internal, so it'd be very
right.
easy to dip in.
Are you holding discussions
Sorry.
outside of your
Eh,
toys?
it just as soon as you walk, he's like contempt. I was like, I got two against me. I don't know what I'm doing
Contempt.
wrong.
You
No, it wasn't. It's not
again.
against you. It's not
Contempt
against. It's
contempt
just a
does
thing.
not mean contempt is not like I hate you. It's just there's a disagreement I feel in this
I like
situation.
my ideas. Yeah,
No,
I
No,
get it.
no,
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 no, trust me, this is off the top of the head, so they're not all going to be bangers. I get it.
no. It's not.
I get to
No.
take two actions. So
Two
everyone take down
Yum. Take
Yes.
those actions. Yum.
two actions. Two actions. What actions do I want to take? Um, I'm gonna just no. So I need to consider this here. You know what? I'm gonna discover something new. I'm just gonna
Okay.
discover that these stone beings, these crystalline stone beings, through simply just the younger people talking and just kind of speaking to them in just kind of so many respectable words, these beings will just take pieces of themselves off and just give them to the young people.
Oh,
So there is a relationship formed through this where these stone beings are through the conversations of the young people will give them aspects of themselves like materials, whether that be crystal or iron or gold or whatever. So they'll just give them the materials of whatever their respective forms are.
Ah, okay.
Do they seem to be, like you're saying, they're amicable to young
Yes,
people?
because the way I'm seeing this form out from right now, and like not a huge discussion, is it feels like a lot of the work, exploration, everything like that, has been through the younger generation. There's not a lot of older individuals that are going outside, I think, of the realm of this settlement. So I think just because of the younger generation, like trying to investigate and explore, they are like hi, just kind of casually go, hello, and then they develop a rapport with these crystalline golem beings, and they're able to get some minerals from them.
That's lovely.
Lovely. I'm gonna quickly
Lovely.
lovely.
Right, nice that is.
I wanted to signify it. I guess I'll just do a black arrows, like kind of black arrows.
There we get it.
All right, and then I get another thing I can do, another action. I want to present a problem.
Would like to cause some fuckery.
The egg cracks.
Okay.
And because the egg cracking, these mermaids and mermen, they don't show up on thunderstorms anymore. So I'm going to go and do a very loose. Okay.
No mermaids here.
No boy maids here.
Oh man, just the town would just be like, it's the first thunderstorm that they don't see the mer people. They'd be like,
The garglers, they ain't here.
where are the garglers at?
Where are the garglers?
Hey ma,
That's my favorite part of the storm. That
I
goddamn.
can't go to sleep without the goggling. Beautiful.
He added, he added
wait,
Beautiful.
wait for our Christmas album, people. We sing jingle bells in that sense. That concludes my turn.
All right, I'll draw a card, I guess.
You guess it's rules, my guy.
Error. Trying to draw from a deck with no more cards. I think that's it.
Really? Did we already draw
Storm is
all of
over.
them?
I think
already
we've.
drawn
Oh, we
all
lost
turn?
you.
Yeah,
That's
we lost
true.
two
Yeah.
of them.
Okay. Okay. Then let me just get the autumn deck now. All right. There you go.
Okay.
Getting
One
closer.
moment.
Dun, dun, dun.
What a wacky town, man. Autumn deck. All right, drawing a card. Ha.
Read it
Yes.
aloud.
The community becomes obsessed with a single project. Which one? Why? Choose one. The invasion of the Briar Patch.
Oh, there is no or. It's just flat out like, oh, okay.
Choose. And they decide to take more time to ensure that it is perfect. Add 3 weeks to the project die.
For invasion. Okay, so it's up to 5 now.
Yep. They drop everything else to work on it. All other projects fail.
No crops.
Farmers, get your butts in gear. We're invading. Start dipping them hoes in the crystalline water.
So does that mean that any further projects cannot be started then until this one completes?
Does
No.
it state that?
No, it does not. If there are no projects underway, add a scarcity born of idleness. But yep, it's just choose one. I chose the invasion of the Briar Patch. Add 3 more weeks to it. All other projects fail.
So, if the project finished early, which I'm assuming that applies to even just a failure of a project, the active player will tell everyone how it turned out. So, how did the new crops, like, what happened with that?
Well, the people who were working on the crops were drafted, if you will, into the invasion efforts. And so, with no one to water and tend to the crops, they just kind of became malnourished. And they now just have a field filled with dying crops that aren't being tended to. Weeds are starting to grow in it. Just it's not being tended to or watched. That's how it fails. They tend they get the people working on that project, lump them into the invasion. In the meantime,
Ooh.
I would like to tick down, I guess, the project, and then
So the project can't tick down until the next person's turn if it's been added.
this was oh,
Because
it can't.
because it
I
said
add
added.
3 weeks.
Yeah, so it can't tick down until the next turn.
Okay, so now it's just at 5.
Right.
Got it. In that case, I'd like to start a project.
Okay.
They would like to build kind of not a necessarily like a railway, but more of an easy resource route from the Glass Lake to the town, so that they can make harvesting it smoother. Because the girl wants to have quick, easy access to kind of get the water and continue to kind of stockpile. That's going to take a while.
Sure. Can you also show a visualization of the crops failing here?
Yes.
And then as far as starting a project, you said to start out like a road or like a something to get to the town easier from the Crystal
Yes.
Lake.
hmm
Okay.
In terms of the crops failing here, as it starts to become overgrown with weeds and brambles, as it's not being properly tended or cared for, as it begins to overgrown and the choke the other plants that are there.
How long would you say the project would take to establish are they building a road or like what are they just looking at potentially trying to find a better way of getting it closer to them or like what are they doing?
They're going to build something that is going to be the vehicle that brings the supplies there and back.
So not to lead you in any way, are you thinking like an aqueduct or a like what are they building necessarily or what are they making here?
The idea of an aqueduct is interesting, but that's a very far distance. Hmm. You know,
Could be quite the structure.
because that would probably double the time that I was thinking. Yeah, I think they would like to have the water flow towards the town so they can
Okay.
collect it. And so that's going to be I'd say at least 7 weeks to be able to build a path to the Glass Lake and then cut out an area for it to flow towards town.
So,
7.
so are they building like they're making a man-made river essentially to bring this water into the city.
Yes.
Okay.
And she is still overseeing this.
She's becoming a bit influential here. We'll have to figure out the name for her at some point.
Mhm.
um, okay, is that the only? I think it was the last thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, Amanda.
Alrighty. The Five of Clubs. The parish arrives. Who are they? What have they chosen? Or why have they chosen your community and for what? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry?
So, not to step on your thing here, but as a reminder for our world, we have 8 gods that are in this amalgamation. Just as a brief refresher, just because I think we talked about a little bit of like the absurdity of some of them, is that we've got a dying god of tempest, knowledge, and nature, a stable power based god with multiple followers of twice knowledge, twice nature. There is another one, god number 3, which is nature, trickery, and twice over light. Another god that's 4 domains that's imprisoned and forced eternal slumber, war, light, trickery, and nature. Another god that is a stable power with many followers, that's knowledge. The 6th god, which is banished to the material plane, which is knowledge and war, twice over. A 7th god, detached from the material plane, interested only in their personal pursuits. War, trickery, nature, and life is what they reign over. And then the god of death, which is dying. So if you need that list potentially to peruse, if you're thinking of that, if you're wanting to go the parish direction. Otherwise, that's just a reminder, just because our world we've built.
I do like the idea of the parish because that might turn a few heads. Okay. Okay. So the parish arrives also by boat. It's from the same nation that they've been dealing with the guards before. They have a figurehead who venerates the god of war that's been banished. He claims himself to be a living embodiment of this god made flesh.
Mm.
And he was called across the water because he sensed great war was coming to this community. Imagine there would be hostility within the community when they arrive because they almost seem to want to start changing things, controlling them in some way, which kind of chafes against the locals. I'd say the leader of this group has kind of a strange mask that's been carved out of black iron with slits that kind of come down the front and then one towards the center. Something very intimidating.
I think we haven't really talked about this specifically. So these people that have been coming over gradually, the fugitive, etc., the outsiders, are they? I guess this is. I mean, this would be a. I mean, I don't think this is a discussion. This is more so just kind of like clarification.
Clarifying.
Are they just still here? Have they been
I
here
would
for weeks?
I imagine they would. They would have outstayed their welcome the first wave that came over, and now these new ones have come over. There's just this growing number of this insurgent group that is
Interesting.
making their presence known. So there's that. And then I would say we discover something new.
So, sorry, why? So, who are? So you said that you did clarify who they were. They were the representatives of this god of war incarnate, right, from across the sea,
Right.
and they've chosen your community for what purpose again? For the fugitive still, or just for the Great War that you were saying, right?
Some
Potentially.
sort of great war. He received a vision that war was
Okay,
coming to this community.
sure. Sorry, just wanted to make sure I got that right.
With the distrust bred by this individual and the group that outstay their welcome, it almost seems like it's a pretense for them to be there,
Okay.
whether it's true or not. And then I would say, or is there anything else that needs doing?
I believe the
Oh, it's
project's
ticking
ticking
down.
down. So man-made river is going to tick down to 6, and invasion is going to tick down to 4.
So then discover something new. I would say something has migrated out of the sea and is singing to the cracked egg from the depths of the water.
Another mer person?
Something much bigger than that. I imagine, have you ever seen a gator bellow and you see the water just kind of resonate off its back because of the waves? I imagine the surface of the sea begins to roil as the sound emerges from the depths.
So we don't see what this
Oh, we
is,
don't
but
even see it.
We
we
don't
hear
see it,
something.
but you
We hear
hear it.
something. Okay.
Mhm.
How would you visualize that on the map?
And I'm sorry also to kind of compound on this question. Is it just constantly singing now? Or is this during thunderstorms? Or is this during the night?
I would imagine it's during the night they'd hear this
Every
noise.
night. Like on a
Uh,
nightly basis.
Maybe not nightly, but let's see here. So I would say they emerge, they start singing to the egg.
You say emerge, so we don't see it, but we just know the sound.
The sound starts coming from the water,
Okay.
maybe.
All right.
Waves start crashing more regularly on the shore. Something big has moved into the area. They just can't see it.
Okay.
Try not to be overly specific because I feel like I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you can be as specific as you want on your turn when you're respectively adding details and discovering something new and everything like that. You can basically do that. Anything else as far as like further clarification would potentially be a action for discussion or something else. So,
So my initial gut reaction was that it was a sea dragon had appeared and begun singing to the egg,
I mean, if you
or
want to see dragon,
turtle dragon, I should say.
if you want a turtle dragon to emerge and start singing at the egg, you certainly can. I mean, I can't.
I'm just
I have to,
making notes.
right. I have to stress, like in these situations, like this is the whole purpose of the game. We roll with punches and we build off of each other's ideas. If you want to add a turtle dragon that is singing to the egg, you add the turtle dragon. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that.
All right, turtle dragon it is.
There's a turtle dragon in the moises and starts singing to the egg. All right.
It's more like a bird, but there we are.
All
It's meant to be
right.
horns. All right, fine.
Sure. Just a very punk Tweety bird angrily screaming at the egg. It's all good. That was let's discover something new, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and
Add
add the
cards
card to
my
your hand. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw. 10 of clubs. Harvest is here and plentiful. Add an abundance. Or cold autumn winds drive out your enemies. Remove a threatening force from the map and the area. Hmm. I'm gonna add an abundance. I'm gonna add these magical crystals from the stone people because they keep giving them to people or to the young people. So magic crystals, these magical crystals. Okay, so I'm gonna add to my hand, and I am going to tick down everything. So Man-Raid River goes down to 5. And then Invasion of the Briar Patch goes down to 3. I am going to hold a discussion. Should we figure out a way to deal with these strange newcomers from across the sea?
And this is not my question, but are we talking about the burned man, the outsiders, or the parish?
They keep coming across the sea. I think it's my question is for the generally like these people keep coming across the sea. Like, what should we do about this?
I think we should make this a proper port and they need to ask for permission to enter. They shouldn't just arrive and come in. That needs to be more regulated.
I'd say a show of force might be prudent.
We need to establish a proper way of displaying force then. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark that then as a little red dot. Okay, so it's gonna
You
put it
want
like
to never mind, never mind.
what?
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 Just make them wrestle the mascots.
Wrestle the mask. No, because then they'll be part of the ruling
Oh
body
no,
of
the
the
no!
society. And then that is my toin.
All right, my turn here.
Silence.
All right, sorry. Introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community,
Okay.
or conflict flares up among community members, and as a result, a project fails.
Decisions.
What will he decide?
Decisions.
The matters that inside. Sorry, I wanted it to ride. I just wanted it to rhyme so badly.
No, I was thinking about the same thing
Alright,
as
let
well.
me
So.
breathe.
All right. A dark mystery among the members of the community or conflict. I'm going to introduce a dark mystery.
Ooh.
Everyone who had previously disappeared from the dancing woman is now back. Every single one of them.
Okay.
And they are all the same, none of them speaking, but they all seem to want to stay together. They all stay together silently, just sitting,
So
and no one knows why.
Sure. So the one individual that came back you talked about earlier, he was the first one to ever return ever, right? Like he's there, he's fine, relatively, etc. But now for some reason now there's a bunch of people that are just like where are they coming? Are they just like walking from the beach essentially into the town, or have they appeared? Like what's kind of like they just wanted to gather by this individual that's in that house, basically, or what's going on?
What ended up happening is that over time, one by one, they would wait.
Okay.
They would come outside the town and wait, and they would arrive from where they had disappeared, and they would all walk together back into town. And then the next day, those same group of people would come out of town and wait for another to arrive back from the dancing woman, and they all go back into town until all of the missing people have come together.
And are these people? I just want to know: is there anything distinguishing about them at all beyond that? If they just don't, they just want to sit and just be with their own kind, relatively, or is there any signifying mark about them? Is there And are these people also, because the legend was established of this woman going up and down the coast, and it's been only basically since the beginning of the year. So are these people from removed from time, or are they just people directly from the community?
These people look serene, as in peaceful, very
Okay.
peaceful. As soon as they're all together, they sit very peacefully. And again, when the moon would rise, the one man that was by himself, they would go hide, but they stay together. They don't go anywhere else. It's almost as if they feel more safe in a group together.
Okay.
And it's unnerving to people who are seeing family and friends and loved ones that used to be lively, used to be they used to have a personality,
Mm.
but now they seem to be a part of this group, this not growing any longer, this group that just simply exists.
Okay.
And
The shade touched.
yeah, they they don't know why. They don't know what's happened with them. They don't appear like they've been marked. They don't appear that they've been magically altered. They don't appear to be malicious. They just seem they're 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 all acting almost as one.
Sure. Okay. Uh, yeah. Go ahead and visualize your ghost people on the map. As a community.
Here we go.
Interessante.
Can I copy and paste my one
If
dude here?
you select, I think you can. Like if you use the select mouse or the pointer and then select them and then just yeah, you should be able to, I think.
No, I gotta.
All right. Well, while you're figuring out how to
I gotta do the the things are gonna
um
tick down
okay. Well, then they already took down though?
from 5 to 4, and then from 3 to 2.
Is it
Did you tick it
okay.
down?
I got okay. My apologies. I guess I did not. The lever thing is taken down as it's supposed to. If people listening to this think, hey, wait a minute, that took down faster than it should have.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
The special realm that we are in, time moves faster. Well, let's go off that. We're not trying to gamify the system, people. So, right. So
Like,
was that it? Your ghost people?
that was the ghost people for the card. As for the action,
Okay.
I'd like to discover something new. A crystalline figure has emerged from the glass lake and stands there in front of it, waiting.
hmm.
Just waiting.
If I can move the dog, maybe.
I was
No,
about to
dog's
recolor the
still.
dog and then move him. Because I forgot we have to move him over back because he's now fine.
Yes, this crystalline figure. Let me see. How did you fill in his?
I selected the
There we
dog,
go.
and then being weird though because I'm trying to
Okay,
like select the. There we go.
there we go. Oh, Mo, my
There he goes.
beheaded the man. Okay,
Nyum. Oh, it's
crystalline
fine.
figure has emerged from the glass lake and stands at it, just in front of it, almost as
Just
if he's
stand
as if he's
menacingly.
waiting as if he's waiting for them to continue and wait for that river to get to him.
I need more
But
dogs. All right.
that's it.
Okay. All right. Amanda.
It's a me. Okay. Okay, the nine of clubs. The community works constantly, and as a result, a project finishes early. Or a group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and finds something that had been previously overlooked. I would say a group goes out to explore the map thoroughly and finds something they have previously overlooked.
Okay.
I would say traveling south, they find I'd say traveling south, they find a strange river. It comes from the south and north a little bit, kind of following the coastline that spirals in on itself to a singular point. At its
Hmm.
apex is an island that is floating about 30 feet off the ground. There we go. That's-
How big is this island?
I would say it is it's a decent size. I think it would be, you know what? I would think it would be roughly the size of a house, which seems to be perched atop it.
Oh, there's a house there now too.
I think there's a house there now, too.
Okay. All right. A winding river with a floating island with a house on top of it. All right.
Hmm.
How very
Kind of a,
Ghibli.
s- I'm thinking kind of a almost organic looking black tower.
Interesting. Okay.
Sheeta.
Well,
For those of you who got the Castle in the Sky reference, thank you.
I have not seen that.
solid
Quite
flick.
I need to flesh out my Ghibli library. Okay. So, then we need to wind down the counter. Whoop.
So the man-made river towards the Crystal Lake goes down to 3, and the invasion of the Briar Patch goes down to 1.
And, yeah,
War is coming.
I would say they've discovered something new. The houses that they've made, infused with the crystals from the cave, some of the denizens feel compelled to go back to these caves that live in these houses. Nah, hold on.
No?
Hold on. I want to do something with the houses.
If there's anything about the world we have built in the past from the amalgamation that you feel you want to pull from, feel free to kind of implement an aspect of that into this potentially.
So I'm seeing a couple different colors of crystals. Houses that were built with the blue crystals imbued begin to exhibit magical properties.
Just magical, like generally magical
Like
properties, or
they begin so I imagine that certain noble houses would have been drawn to colors that indemnified their colors or their house.
okay.
Houses that had a blue sigil now suddenly are beginning to have the ability to manipulate the world around them
Even
magically.
further so than the ability of magic that we've established with the medical system before.
I would say it's almost as though they have a private reserve of it, it seems.
Okay.
Because we talked about the blue crystals before in the amalgamation.
There was if I remember correctly, there was a sickness that we developed called blue vein.
Blue vein, yes.
Blue vein was a magical disease, different levels of it, where if you're closer to a magical radiation, you can develop it. And you're compelled, I believe, from what I can recall, to journey to the desert of
Hmm.
where that magical radiation is.
Hmm.
So
Okay, maybe that doesn't fit as much as I wish it would. Sorry.
it's good.
Then I would say
So you want some kind of magical effect to happen here with the
some
crystals
some
associated.
sort of yeah, like either the people who are living in the houses begin to have hair that turns white as though the ones that were in the caves.
I mean, if you want it to be a cosmetic thing, you certainly can. It's a matter of just like I'm not trying to shoot down your ideas in that. I'm simply just Um, if you want a magical effect to happen to these individuals that live in these respective houses, you certainly can. If you don't want to be beholden to what we've established before, like this region can be different. Like there could be something that affects them even greater. I would say I don't want to. I'm trying not to pigeon like or put you guys in a box either, right? Like we built this world already for the grand brushstrokes. We're kind of zeroing in a specific area. So these things don't even necessarily have to be fully explained yet. If you have a idea that you want to do just to add conflict or something like that, certainly feel free to do so. And that kind of stuff we can figure out as we play in the future. So,
Fair enough. Um, you know what? Let's just make it a cosmetic thing. Those that live inside the houses are also starting to develop the white hair.
the the blue crystals or just anyone in the houses.
I would say specifically those that have a lot of crystals in their infrastructure. So the nobles would start to exhibit white hair. It starts to work its way in as though a status symbol. Oh, the
Okay,
silver haired. Easily
interesting.
identify a noble that way.
Sure, okay. How else are you supposed to know how much of the 1% you hate? All right. And that was to discover something new. Was that it?
Yes, that concludes my turn.
Okay.
Interesting.